Hey, Mark Meldrum, Meldrum's Monster Garage, and now you can see we're working on the Flywheel now on this 1966 Chevelle 327, and I've got a 11/16 inch bolts here, and they're fine thread, and I've got a little bit of red Loctite from the lipstick thing I've shown you before. Got that on there, and I've already gone around and torqued them down to 30 foot-pounds. And so now I'm going for my final torque, and you might notice I've got a pair of vice grip wedged on here so the motor will not rotate. So, you know, just starting out with the first bolt here, I'm gonna go down till it clicks. Okay, I don't have my fancy dancy torque wrench that beeps for me now. I'm out here in Mike's garage, so there you go, you can hear it click. And I'm going in a crisscross pattern, so I'll start at this one, I'll go straight across here, and then I'll go up to here, and then I'll just you know, rotate through them till I get them all tightened up. Pretty quick process. Just got to have a little strength. There we go. And I'll go ahead and check that one more time. So yeah, I got a comment. I got a call to a friend, and the friend told me, hey Mark, why you got this Great Lakes Fence sweatshirt on? Well, hey, would you like to sponsor Meldrum's Garage, Meldrum's Monster Garage? Hey, just send me a different sweatshirt and I'll make sure I send a plug out to you. So hopefully this Great Lakes Fence hoodie is going to be short-lived. Somebody will send me a new hoodie and I'll be all set to go. I prefer black just because that hides the dirt well, but hey, I'll take any color you give me. So, all right, let's get this all buttoned up, and then I'll show you how I put the clutch on here. Well, I probably should have done this before I put the flywheel on, but we can still do it. There's a bronze bushing in here, and I don't know if the machine shop put a new bronze bushing in there or not. I kind of suspect they didn't. So I'm going to show you how to get that bronze bushing out so we can put a new one in. I've got a new bronze bushing we can put in there. And this is, you know, the end of the transmission goes in there. And I'm going to show you how to get that out without making a mess and only using a piece of bread. Now, hopefully, I don't have to use that nice bun from Thanksgiving dinner. I'm going to use those pieces of bread and then end up eating that bun. So let me get the camera back on the stand and I'll show you how I'm going to take that out with a piece of bread. Now, one of the reasons I'm doing this is I called Mike up and to see if this bushing had been replaced, and he told me it wasn't. So, and a new bushing came with the new clutch kit we bought. I'll show you that in a second. But I told him I could get that old bronze bushing out with a piece of bread, and he said, BS, I want to see that. And we've done this on Meldrum's Monster Garage before, but I'm going to show you one more time just because it's kind of cool. So I took an old head bolt, and I could have got a rod. If I still worked at mowing and I was in charge of the machine shop there, I could have just walked into the machine shop and got a nice little rod that would fit into this bushing. But I didn't, so I made my own. I just got on the grinder and I ground the head off until it got to be the size where I could basically go through that bronze bushing. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your bread, okay? It can be stale bread, it can be good bread, it can be whatever. And there's ways to do this with grease too. You can thread a fitting in there and basically thread the fitting in, and then just use your grease tool to use hydraulic pressure to pump it out. And that tends to make a mess, all right? So you gotta pack it in there, all right? That's not making too much of a mess. The mice will have something to eat tonight. So we're poking that in there, all right? And when it gets nice and solid, we're gonna take a hammer, and that's why I say I wish I had done this beforehand, because I'll put a little more bread in there, because I wouldn't be so scared to hit this brand new flywheel. But let's get the right side of the hammer mark. Basically, you're gonna just tap that in there, and the hydraulic pressure is gonna push out the bearing. Now, I'm having a hard time seeing what I'm doing here, but there we go. I don't know if you can see it, but I can see it's already coming out. And I'll just keep hitting here. There we go. There we go. There it is. There's your bronze bushing out of there, the old one. And we'll just put the new one back in there. All we gotta do is take the old bread out, and we'll get a pick. So there you go. Building small block Chevys, one piece of bread at a time. I even got a little bit for me. Yum, yum, yum. Just in case you wondered, this is what your bread ends up looking like after you take that out. I just put a pick in there and pulled it out, and there's no more bread in there. And then I went ahead and put a little grease on my new bearing. And you want to make sure you put this chamfered side towards the outside, because it'll make it easier for the shaft to push in there. But yeah, we're gonna get it started on there. And I'm just using a socket about the same size, and we'll just drive it in there. Just to show you how this fits on the transmission. Of course, here's the old one, and it just slides on there. So now there's play, and there's wiggle room. So, you know, yeah. Was this one okay? I had a little bit of scoring you can see on it from where they pushed the transmission in before. But would it have worked? I don't know. Probably. It was probably looser than it needed to be. The new one will be nice and tight. All right, there you go. So much for that.